Hello, everyone, and welcome to the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show. My name is Benita Lambert, and I'm the host of this show. And I have the honor of bringing on very special guests every single week to help uplift and educate the greater Bridgeport community and beyond. Today, I have with me Pastor Leston Black. He is a life coach, and he is also an author and also a trainer. He wears many hats. We won't talk about all of them. And then we have Mr. Craig Gordon. He's the founder and director of NEED. NEED stands for Nutrition, Exercise, Addiction, and Disease.
Nutrition and exercise.
I always mess his title up.
That's why it was
Nutrition, Exercise, and
versus
versus
addiction and disease.
addiction.
They're opposites.
So the addiction comes in with the foods you eat. So I thought it would be a good idea to get these two guys together because he's going to talk about nutrition and he's going to talk about training and exercise. And we wanted to give the community information on that, how to make yourself healthier through exercising, through reading, and through eating. So I'm going to start with Pastor Leston Black. Will you please introduce yourself and just tell our audience a little bit about you and your journey, and then we'll get to you, Mr. Gordon.
Yes, Leston Black, and I did full-time pastor in Jamaica 20 years. I was pastor in research because I went directly to the homes and worked with parents sometimes 5-6 days a week. And it was amazing, the result that I see there, because I was just there to show the kids love. And to my surprise, those kids went to the top of the class after spend some time with the parents and work with them for many years, and they excel in school. And that is my testimony why I'm out here promoting home is the most important institution. Eat right and do all the wonderful things at home that you need to do. And I'm thankful to have Greg here, Craig, as the nutrition man, so he can give you more information on that.
Yes, he can. Craig, can you please just introduce yourself again and tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get right into healthy, positive nutrition.
My name is Craig Gordon. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been doing work for literally 46 years, and my nonprofit, which has been going since 1987, is called Nutrition and Exercise versus Addiction and Disease. They are polar opposites. So I've done work for the White House on drug abuse policy back in the 80s. I've been doing research for all this time about what causes all the trouble we kind of call normal in this country and what we can do about it to change it. So there's loads of different things we can do if you can focus a little attention on some of the stuff that's not so good and try to eliminate those things out of your diet and get more exercise. Simple.
So, you are what you eat. It's an old cliche,
Amen.
but it
True
is
story.
so true.
Oh yeah.
So, do you have any examples that you can give us of, snacks, nutritional treats for children versus potato chips and, ice cream and stuff like that?
Well, for instance, fruit is a big deal. I eat bananas, I eat apples, I eat blueberries, I eat various fruit. And some of the things like the bananas, I want to eat them a little less ripe than more ripe because it has less sugar.
Less sugar.
And so, just for bananas. And then, I think that the kids should be eating more nuts and nut butter, hopefully not Skippy, because it's loaded with sugar and palm oil, and those things are bad. The seed oils are a big issue. And if we can manage to feed the kids a little healthier,
Mm-hmm.
they perform better in school.
Oh,
They calm down.
wow.
You can sit with them, they can study. There's a lot of different things you could do. And they're also, 50% of all kids are dehydrated.
Okay.
So if we can manage to make sure they get more water, not juice and not soda, okay, and other things that are
Okay.
just bad news,
Yeah.
and substitute some of that stuff, and we should drink a lot more water and be
Right.
grateful.
So
We're lucky to have water,
right.
clean water.
Yeah. So I think, some of the parents, it would be a good idea if they just accepted the challenge of healthy foods and maybe for a week or 2 weeks, just monitor how the children are now and probably take a few notes and then switch their diets from treats like cakes and cupcakes and candy and switch it over to fruit and do that for a week and see if they can recognize the difference. I think that would be a good plan
It is.
to put what you're saying into action, to put that
Absolutely.
that other sugar versus natural sugar like bananas and grapes and things like that.
Not only that, but if we, I'm into preventive medicine and train up a child in the right way. And we are a creature of habit.
Yes.
So if you start to feed them and sugar and salt, and that's what we train them to as a child, you bring them a lot of sugar and salt to this snack. You are now, give them a habit
Right.
that is going to destroy them later.
Right. So I like what you said about you went to the homes with the children. It's like homeschooling. And you trained the parents and you interacted with the children and the parents and trained them and how they excelled in school. So tell us about some of the things that you did in the homes. Like, did you have a plan where at 9:00 they eat breakfast, 9:30 they, read a book, or, tell us about some of that.
Yes.
So that we can take this information.
Of course, I told the parents about good eating habits.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I said to them, eat like a king in the morning.
Eat like a king?
In the morning,
Okay.
because you need the nutrition.
What does that mean? Eat
Well,
like a
some
king?
people cook at nights, and they eat a big meal at night,
Oh, okay.
and then go and sleep on that.
Oh, that's me.
And
I
that's
got my
what,
pot belly.
because the body does not need that type of energy to sleep.
Right.
And when we do that now, we wake up in the morning and so tired
Oh.
and cannot function because the body working all night now to digest that food. So you try to tell them to eat like a king in the morning. So I would wake up early in the morning and cook my dinner, what the people consider dinner,
Oh.
and eat that food in the morning, and then like a queen in the midday, and like a pauper in the evening. Because you don't need the energy. You need the energy to work or to run and play, but you don't need the energy
And
to
learn.
sleep. And learn.
And learn.
And learn. Because Craig here is, because the first step is good nutrition.
Okay.
Because without nutrition, because even doctor now saying it, that we have been giving you medication for mental health, but what we should have been doing is to teach you how to cook good and healthy meal at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing this, and Craig can confirm that because he's doing 45 years. I was doing from in the 80s. And now the doctors is slowly coming around. And
Ever so slowly.
so slowly.
like,
But some
ooh.
parents are ahead of the doctors, And the second thing about learning, I told the parents, don't follow the teacher curriculum because some of it is so crazy. The most important skill for a child is to read.
Yes.
Just make sure they can read. And parents can do that, especially with YouTube now. Teacher give them a load of work and what tax, because kids now growing up from 0 to 8. There's need to exercise, to do those basics, sure. Not the whole taxi thing what they're doing about testing and those type of stuff. As I said before, if you can keep them at home until they turn 10, you're safer. If you can do it, Because the most important skill is to read. When they can read and comprehend, they can master everything.
Exactly.
You know. So about what taxing with the testing and they need to pass and they need to function at a certain level and then, because if they can have a reading skill, they will get it.
So you're saying testing is not that important, or
Well, for a young
maybe
child.
because
For a young
It is for
child.
the states, it is for getting paid to do it, for the teachers to get, the school to function. That's their yardstick, their measurement.
yeah, and I think it's
So-
also necessary to know which level children are on, because we all learn on different levels. You may have some with a higher IQ, some with a lower IQ, same age, but they're not, their test scores are not the same.
Yeah, but even that can be very, very complicated, because
Yes.
if the child comes from a home where the parents are teaching them certain stuff, that child is going to get off on a quick start at school. But if the home is complicated, that child is going to struggle a little bit. And some children will get high IQ in life. They are not the one who finish, who have the success. So sometimes the testing, they are really a result of they are going to be the successful one. So that's a really false premise of a child, especially a child under 10.
Okay.
Because they're just getting used to the school environment, they're getting used to the teacher, and you got to take time to really settle into that environment and really start to function.
So I want to go back to, I like what you said about the king meals and the queen meals. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm just thinking about some of the things I eat at night, and when I eat it, if you eat your largest meal, that's why they always say breakfast is the most important meal, and breakfast could be,
That's a big
whatever
deal.
food that you like.
It's
You eat
very
your
important.
biggest meal.
Like, see it right on my shirt here, better breakfast, better student.
Yeah.
Amen.
So you eat your biggest meal in the morning because it fuels your brain and your body.
And hopefully,
And mostly your body, because you don't want to eat a heavy meal and lay down to go to sleep, because then you end up, gaining weight. So that makes sense to me. So I'm going to try that.
well,
And then,
and the quality of that breakfast. So you want to have some protein, and you want to have some good fat. I've even
such
had
as, give us examples, such as
well, good fat is use real butter.
what? Okay.
It's eggs.
Okay.
It's maybe you have a half an avocado. Maybe you have even some real peanut butter. And you have a little bit of vegetable. So I'll have a salad. I've even had sirloin burgers or
morning for
hamburgers
breakfast?
for breakfast.
Oh, okay. I had
And
grits,
eggs.
eggs, and sausage this morning.
Well, you know what a lot of people eat for breakfast? They get a sandwich with some egg and some sausage
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Cheese.
and cheese, which is good to an extent, but that is not the best food.
Cheese, I
Because
think,
think
is
about it now. The body, everything the body uses have to turn to liquid. Layman term, have to turn to liquid. Right? The food that you put in your body, how much of that food the body can turn to liquid for the body to absorb and use it, especially to send it to the brain. Because the brain is up here, so if the body is going to send food or circulate it, because some of the vein that the food travel through is, it travel through the bloodstream, the food take it to all cell. So some of the vein is as fine as our ear. So that food had to be turned into liquid for the body to absorb it and to distribute to the whole body. So the food now that really have more liquid in it are fruits and vegetables. And that's why, bottom line, that are the best food for us. And of course, nuts is the same thing. But think about something we fry like, meat has some protein in it, but that is second-hand protein. Because if the cow is big and fat, the cow does not eat a ounce of meat. So all those little stuff you find out to parents and that, if it's not from the earth, come out a seed from the earth,
Yep.
and because we give the pig the corn
They
and
eat anything.
we give the pig the corn and the vegetables, and then we eat the pig. So we
Not
give them,
me. I don't eat them.
Whoops.
we give the best part of the, you know.
I don't eat any pork.
I don't eat pork and
Just
I
an
don't
example,
eat
you know, we give them the food, we give them so much a good meal, the corn and everything, and we fix this and give to the pig. And then we later on go and eat it. I said with the chicken. You give them the corn and everything and we go and eat the chicken. You better really not eat that corn.
Now, what about exercise?
Let's
So that
So one of my signs says exercise and oxygen is how we apply good nutrition. So you exercise, my bare minimum prescription for exercise is 2 20-minute walks a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, like you're late for the train. You
Right.
walk as fast as you physically can handle so that you get your heart going, you get more oxygen to your extremities, you're circulating blood throughout your body to your feet and to your brain. And, you know, that's how you take better care of yourself, because we need to move. You know, they have a thing right now about how cigarettes and a sedentary lifestyle are just as bad. So we need to, you know, like moving is a big deal.
yeah, it is.
And
it is.
obviously getting rid of cigarettes is a big deal. But, you know,
Definitely. I exercise in the morning because it's tough for me. I'm not a nighttime person. You know, once it's past 6 o'clock, I'm done unless I'm working. So I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, and then I go and work out for an hour, Monday through Friday.
good. That's beautiful.
And I
That's a
try
big
to
deal.
eat healthy Monday through Friday. But then I treat myself on the weekend. So, I mean, it's better than eating unhealthy all the time.
Is that
I eat a lot of
treating?
greens.
Is the weekend treating yourself or threatening yourself?
Well, I call it eating things that, you know, I like to eat. I like sweets. I like cakes. I like cookies and ice cream. I don't eat that all weekend long, all the time, obviously, or else I would be huge. But, you know, when I feel like I want it, I'll eat it. But, so anyway, the thing is, with your children, you want to get them up, have the king meal first before they go to school. A lot of kids don't even get lunch until they get in school. Because most parents
No.
are working. That's just an impossible task, especially if you're a single parent, to get up and get breakfast for 3 or 4 kids and get them off to school.
Well,
It's not
so
easy.
let's call it what it is.
It has to be.
It's
prep-
about it. I don't-
You need to prep it the night before.
Yeah.
Do some prep work,
Amen.
so it's easy.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
all. You can't do it all in the morning.
Yeah, you can't. It's just
Not
impossible.
necessarily, unless you get up real early.
I was raised by a single parent with 7 kids. So I am, you know, that's where I'm coming from. A place of experience where, you know, certain things just did not get done. I'm from Bridgeport, you know, the inner city. And a lot of times, you know, those things just cannot happen. So you get your breakfast in school.
Right. As Greg said, you know, you need to put effort into it, because if we buy our nice car out there, we are going to make sure we put the water in, the best gas, and change
Yep.
the oil as often. Because we want
Oil.
the car to work. You know?
Yes.
So with our body, we
That's
have
a good
to,
analogy.
we have to be, you know, because we can't ignore the body,
Yes.
and then later on we give the doctors all our
Car's going to break down.
pension, you know. if we don't maintain the car, and funny enough, you know, the car was designed from the human body. The car, everything about the car is how the body works, why they get idea to build a car. So the same maintenance, we call it in the body about electrochemical. So the body now is about electricity, which is the nervous system, and the chemical that run our body. So if that chemical put in our body is not compatible to what our body needs, and that's why we're going to have cancer, because our body not get what it needs.
Exactly.
You know, so cancer cannot only be prevented. So cancer cannot be cured. What cancer means, you know, that those cells is not getting the food that it needs. So, because you have, you know, cells in the body, every cells have to be fed. So all the cells from your brain to your toe have to be fed. So when one cell die, and then two
And the
cells
other one's got to
die,
work harder.
and before you know it, a whole, and a person get diabetes, is that the pancreas is die because you're not getting nutrient that it needs. So those I think that we need to be, because somebody say, oh, you have pancreas. But if you're eating the sugar and the salt, you're going to destroy your pancreas.
Well, so
What if you do everything in moderation? I mean, I would
in
say
this country,
that's what I do.
in
Yeah.
this country,
Well, I do everything in moderation. Like my diet, the way I eat, I eat junk food sometimes, not all the times. I exercise 5 out of 7 days. So I consider that a balance. So you got to have some kind of balance and do everything
well,
in moderation.
your
How is
analogy,
that?
for instance, about the
Of
car.
the car, yeah, that was a good
Now,
analogy.
what happens when you put sugar in the gas tank?
Yes.
Well, come on.
I would put some, water.
You can't even give the engine away.
Water
No,
in the gas
no,
tank,
because
It's
it's
done.
going to kill it. It's
Done.
going to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like putting alcohol, that's like drinking straight tequila every single day to your body.
Right.
So what about this? I'm looking at this book here, 5 Killer Emotions versus 10 Fruits of Love.
This is about
So I want to talk about love and positive
This
things.
is about mental health.
Love your body.
It's about mental health.
Okay.
Because it's about the 5 killer emotions about anger, fear, guilt, self-pity, and shame. Right? That's the negative aspect of what we do out there. And all of these are the symptom of competition. When you get too competitive or bring it too competitive, and these are things where we're going to, for example, I may have the 10 fruit of love, which is patient, trust, goodness, kindness, gentleness, self-control, love, joy, and peace. And of course, add forgiveness to it. But let's just emphasize kindness.
Okay.
Just emphasize kindness, because when we say all the good stuff can boil down to one word, kindness.
Okay.
If you are kind. If we are kind on the road, we could avoid 50% of the accident on the road.
That would never happen.
Just by being kind on the road.
There's so much road rage.
Just by being kind on the road.
Exactly.
So that's the power of kindness. And the same thing with the home, because there are so much divorce and everything else. Because our words are not kind to each other in the home.
And this all starts out by what you eat. That's amazing.
That's
It is truly amazing
It
how
is.
our behavior reflects
Yes.
what we eat
What we eat.
and our exercise.
everything. Wow.
And your body is the great scorekeeper.
yeah.
It remembers everything good and bad on a cellular level. So, the people that are doing a little good and a little bad with their diet are nullifying.
He's talking about me.
No, they nullify and negate their genuine positive effort with the little paper cuts, with the little insults. And so, you want to go 2 steps forward and maybe 1 back, but not 2 steps forward and 3 back. So your body remembers,
Yeah.
and you can't cheat your body. It just automatically knows.
That's true.
And, if you piss it off, of course, this affects on how you think and
But-
your decision making.
Yeah.
Simple.
I think I'm kind most of the time.
Good. That's a
And,
big deal.
Yeah, I do. I'm like 80. If you get 80% of anything, you're doing really good.
Of course.
75, 80%.
If I get
So
60%,
I'm always
I'm good.
optimistic. I'm always trying to get the family together to do positive things, to unite people, to help people. So I think my diet is working. I think those few cookies and ice cream that I have just makes me even kinder, because when I eat ice cream, I'm real happy. I'm just
careful.
messing with you, Craig. Look
Be
at him.
careful.
He cannot wait.
Careful.
So,
It also creates cravings. So if
It
you
does,
have
it
sugar
does.
today at 3 o'clock, or you drink a soda
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock, guess what you want
more.
tomorrow?
You do. You want more. There's no question
So,
about that.
I teach the people and the kids to wean their palates away from sweet. So the less you do it, the less you crave it. And I also teach about how you should get more of your energy from good fat rather than carbohydrates, and get energy from protein, good fat, instead of carbohydrates. So the less you do the carbohydrates, the less you crave them. And so it makes it easy for you to follow your diet and get healthier and healthier, which is a big deal.
Yeah, that is. A lot of people just don't know how to replace carbohydrates with what, fruit? Instead of
Well-
eating, so when you make a lasagna, instead of making noodles, you use zucchini for the noodles?
You can. There's pasta called pasta nada.
What's
There-
that, pasta
Well,
nada?
it's just
Is
made
it-
with protein
Okay.
and other ingredients
I don't shop healthy either.
beside flour.
Okay.
So, you avoid the flour. A lot of the white flour isn't good for you.
It isn't. It isn't.
So,
and the white bread. And
I kid people and I say, what's the difference between white flour and white sugar? And the difference is 20 minutes.
it just tastes, yeah,
it's,
and the taste.
It's just as bad, and there's processing going on with the flours. So
Exactly.
some of that is not so good. So, we want to just sidestep the obvious insults and try to focus on the healthy stuff.
Exactly. So we have about 2 minutes left. I want to thank you both for being here, but I'm going to give you each a minute to leave our audience with.
Right. So is that about perfection? Is to know that the body, according to the scientists, 70% of the body is water. So whatever you're eating, if you can say 70% of fruit and vegetable, and 30% other stuff, you might be able to survive it.
Well, thank
So-
you for that information. What about you, Mr. Gordon?
I think we have many, many opportunities to do better.
I think so too. It's just a
It's-
matter
it's-
of getting the information and wanting to do
Well,
better.
the
and doing it.
information and then getting started.
Yeah.
And maybe you change your mind a little bit or your attitude toward eating healthy, toward love and respect of your own body,
Your own body. Correct.
and taking care of yourself rather than it's just, oh yeah, that's nice, I'm just going to do whatever I do.
Exactly.
And it's a free-for-all. And then that and the basic little exercise, a couple 20-minute walks a day are huge deal.
That makes a difference.
Huge deal.
You're right. I love
Simple.
just getting started.
Respect. Love yourself. Take
Yes.
care of yourself a little.
And I want to leave the audience with challenge your children, for the moms to challenge your children and try to switch their diet a little bit and see if there's any difference. We are out of time now, but I want to thank you both so much for coming. This is the
Thank
David
you.
Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.